Namaste everyone and welcome back to our channel. I am your Java programming teacher and today we are going to unlock one of Java's most powerful and elegant features, Java Lambda Expressions. This concept is a game changer for writing concise and readable code, especially when working with collections and the Java Streams application programming interface. By the end of this 5-minute tutorial, you will understand what lambdas are, why they are so useful, and how to start using them in your own Java projects. We will cover functional interfaces, the lambda syntax, and a practical example. So, grab your virtual pen and paper, and let us begin this exciting journey into modern Java programming. Alright, let us dive into our first core concept, the foundation of Lambda expressions, which are functional interfaces. So, what exactly is a functional interface? Simply put, it is an interface that contains exactly one abstract method. That is the key rule. It can have other default or static methods, but only one abstract method. Java provides a special annotation at functional interface which you can use to mark your interface. This annotation is optional, but it is a good practice as it helps the compiler enforce the single abstract method rule. For example, the runnable interface, which has a single run method, is a functional interface. Similarly, comparator and callable are also functional interfaces. Lambda expressions are essentially a compact way to implement these single abstract method interfaces. Think of them as a shortcut for creating an anonymous inner class with just one method. Understanding functional interfaces is crucial because a lambda expression can only be used where a functional interface is expected. Now that we understand functional interfaces, let us look at the elegant syntax of lambda expressions. A lambda expression provides a clear and concise way to represent an anonymous function, that is, a function without a name. The basic syntax looks like this: parameters, body. The parameters part is where you declare the input arguments, similar to a regular method. If there are no parameters, you use empty parentheses. If there is only one parameter, you can even omit the parentheses. The dash is called the lambda operator or arrow operator, and it separates the parameters from the body. The body part contains the actual code that the lambda expression executes. If the body has only one statement, you can omit the curly braces and the return keyword, as the result of that single statement is implicitly returned. This compact syntax is what makes lambdas so powerful for writing cleaner, more expressive code compared to traditional anonymous inner classes. It is all about making your code more readable and less verbose. Let us put our knowledge into practice with a concrete example. We will use a lambda expression with the forEach method available on collections, which expects a consumer functional interface. Imagine we have a list of names and we want to print each name. Traditionally, we might use a forEach loop. With lambdas, it becomes much more streamlined. As you can see on the whiteboard, we first create an array list of strings. Then, instead of a traditional loop, we call names.forEach. Inside forEach, we pass our lambda expression name system.out.println name. Here name is the parameter and system.out.println name is the body. The for each method iterates over each element in the list and applies this lambda expression to it. The output will be each name printed on a new line. Notice how much shorter and more readable this code is compared to writing a full anonymous inner class or even a traditional for loop. This is just one small example of how lambdas can simplify your code and make it more functional. While lambda expressions are wonderful, it is easy to make a few common mistakes when you are starting out. One common mistake is trying to use a lambda expression where a functional interface is not expected. Remember, lambdas are only compatible with functional interfaces. Another pitfall is writing overly complex lambda expressions. While lambdas promote conciseness, if your lambda's body becomes too long or performs multiple complex operations, it is often better to extract that logic into a separate, well-named private method. Overly complex lambdas can reduce readability. A good tip is to keep your lambdas short and focused on a single task. For best practices, consider using method references where appropriate, as they can make your code even more compact and readable than a lambda. For example, system.out, println, is a method reference equivalent to name system.out.println name. Always prioritize readability and maintainability in your code. And that brings us to the end of our 5-minute crash course on Java Lambda Expressions. We have learned that lambdas are anonymous functions that provide a concise way to implement functional interfaces, which are interfaces with a single abstract method. We explored the parameters, body syntax, and saw how they can drastically reduce boilerplate code, making your Java programs more expressive and modern. Remember, practice is key. Try converting some of your traditional anonymous inner classes or simple loops into lambda expressions. The more you use them, the more intuitive they will become. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more Java programming tutorials. Keep coding, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video. Jai Hind.